Hello everybody, Skyflyer here, and welcome back to another video. And yes, I know it's been a while. I know I promised a couple things like Ratchet and Clank going mobile or Clone Him video, but that got, due to time constraints, won't be able to do it right now. Real life stuff going on, but I'm able to make this. I wanted to talk about one of my, honestly, favorite childhood games, and I think it could be the first game I ever played or touched. It's either Spyro. It was either Spyro, Crash, Ratchet, or Mario. It was one of those four. But I want to talk about Spyro. And what Spyro A Realm Beyond tells us about the modern gaming industry and what developers should, in my opinion, be doing with their franchises. Or what franchises should be the focus going forward in the very near and hopefully foreseeable future. Because Spyro A Realm Beyond is happening. 2008 was the last year. Skylanders doesn't count, in my opinion, as much as I do like those games. Doesn't count as a full, legitimate Spyro franchise. You can argue Spyro's Adventure has Spyro's name in the title. You can argue that Skylanders Academy, the Netflix show, which I never watched, has Spyro, Cinder, and a couple other Spyro characters in it, along with all the other Skylanders. But no, that is not a Spyro thing, that is a Skylanders thing. Then you can argue, oh, but the Reignited trilogy came out about 8 years ago at this point. Yes, that is also very true. But when you think about it, it's nice that we're finally, after over almost 2 decades now, Spyro finally has a brand new, full-on, legit entry into his franchise. And good God, dude, it felt so good. I haven't really, discussed it with my friends and such personally. We, mentioned it, oh, a new Spyro game. We made sure it was going to come to PlayStation because there's no other place to play Spyro other than PlayStation, and, our opinions, that's where I'm going to be buying it day one. So, that's all good and dandy and everything. Might get it on Switch, too, so I can play it portably everywhere I go and during the day and whatever. I might get it on both consoles. I've done that for some games I've bought. Building up my Switch collection a lot more recently. But it's good, it's just so good to have it. Spyro looks so good in the trailer. It screams really, it screams Legend of Spyro vibes in my opinion, which I did play the first Legend of Spyro and the first Spyro game. Those are the only 2 Spyro games I've ever played. Speaking of, I have been playing the Reignited trilogy very recently. I have never played the Reignited trilogy, despite owning it for about 3-4 years now. And after replaying Spyro 1 very recently, it's been such a joy replaying that, because I haven't touched the original PS1 version in over, maybe, honestly, probably 7-8 years. It's been so long, so it felt so good replaying that after a long time, and I really enjoyed my experience. And then Spyro 2, as a newcomer to this game, wow, it's been such a blast. Every level is crafted with such detail and craftsmanship. And this is just remakes, so these are games Insomniac made, technically, first. So I'm focusing on that instead of Toys for Bob, the developer of the Reignited trilogy, and Crash 4 and Crash Team Rumble. Even though all those games the Crash games are good, I also love Crash Bandicoot. But Spyro is the boy. I like Spyro as well. So it's just so good playing these 2 games with all the love and detail and effort put into them that Toys for Bob, the developer, cares about Spyro. They care about Spyro. And what Spyro A Realm Beyond tells us what developers in the gaming industry should be doing with these kind of games. Because I want to bring up a couple examples here. Insomniac Games. They've made Ratchet and Clank. They made Spyro beforehand. In my opinion, as good as the Spider-Man games are, and as good as we know the Wolverine is going to be from the gameplay trailer, it looks amazing, don't get me wrong. I want to play it. I really want to play it. But I wish Insomniac wasn't developing it. I wish they were still developing only Ratchet and Clank. I know, some developers might say, oh, they want to branch out into other kinds of games, and they want to branch out their creative freedom and their imaginations and everything. And maybe they want to develop games based on their other IPs or make original IPs. I understand that totally. But they should not abandon these franchises. They are abandoning Ratchet and Clank. I genuinely do not think we will get anything next year for the 25th anniversary, which is a huge milestone. A very huge milestone for for a franchise like this, other than like an art book again or something. That's all we're gonna get. We're not gonna get nothing special, new game announcement, nothing. Because when you think about it, the leak from Insomniac back in 2023, a couple years ago, said that there's a Ratchet & Clank game coming out in 2029. But plans change. That is not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. After Wolverine, everyone's saying, oh, it's going to be the Venom game. It's going to be the Venom game. It's going to be Venom, and then Spider-Man 3. We're probably not going to get another Ratchet & Clank until about the 2030s at this point, and that is so upsetting. That's, like, genuinely upsetting to me, and it breaks my heart because Insomniac abandoned Ratchet & Clank at this point. Just like my next point, Sly Cooper. And this, I made a video about discussing this a little bit ago, whenever Sucker Punch announced it, that they had no new plans, despite being able to make the game if they want to. By the way, PlayStation did not deny them. They still own the rights. And Sanzara, which developed a Thieves in Time, which was the last Sly game. And there have been leaks and stuff going around saying they want to develop another Sly game, which, good God, please, don't, oh my God, please give it to Sucker Punch. But the thing about Sucker Punch, they literally straight up said they do not care about Sly Cooper. They don't care about Sly Cooper. That is such a shame. That is a real shame. I'm sorry. Like, this is a reason why I hate The Last of Us, and I will get to that later. But Sucker Punch, because they said this, I do not like Sucker Punch as a developer. I really don't like them. I do not care how good Ghost of Tsushima or the fucking Chinese game, whatever it is. I don't care about those games. I will never play those games. I will never support those games because they have taken away one of my favorite games, like, ever. Sly 2 is, like, in my top 10 games ever made of all time. So that really upsets me deep down in my heart, and it's so upsetting. And my next point, last point I'll bring up for this, Naughty Dog, Jak and Daxter, Uncharted, The Last of Us, right? I don't care about The Last of Us. The Last of Us, in my opinion, took away Uncharted and Jak and Daxter. Well, Uncharted took away Jak and Daxter, but I have respect for Uncharted because those are good games, and I would put also Uncharted 2 in, like, my top 10 list ever, maybe, somewhere around there. But for the time being, for this, it's, like, upsetting seeing that, I think that, I don't know if they did, but I'm pretty sure Naughty Dog, the developers of all these games, did say the same thing that Sucker Punch did. Basically, they don't care about these old franchises no more. They just want to focus on new franchises and Last of Us, which I don't understand, like, these mindsets. Like, dude, you're abandoning your original moneymakers. Like, I don't care how popular these new things will be. Go back to what made you good in the first place. Go back to making the better games in the first place. I don't understand this mindset. Like, Toys for Bob, this is what I want to bring up. Toys for Bob is doing something that these kind of games, these cartoony, colorful worlds, and characters that, like, a lot of people grew up playing are doing. They are focusing on what they should be focusing on. Because, if you didn't know, Toys for Bob was originally, like, it was like last year before they went independent, even though they are partnering back with Xbox, they were going to be an Xbox studio that would have just focused on support for games like Call of Duty. And they said, no, screw that. We're not going to be just some developer that focuses on just a basic first-person shooter franchise anymore. We're going to go independent, and we're going to make games we want to make if you allow us to, because Spyro and Crash are owned by Xbox, and Toys for Bob is the... Nowadays, in modern day, they're the Spyro and Crash people. So, Toys for Bob is doing what developers should be doing and focusing on games that they know that people actually want. Toys for Bob isn't a studio where they're just like, oh, you want this. No, they, like, oh, well, yeah, they kind of are, like, what I'm trying to get at, but they know what people actually want. People don't want a new, in my opinion, people shouldn't, well, I don't at least, but I'm not the only one that's speaking I'm not just speaking for me, I'm speaking for a lot of other people, I'm sure. Not everybody wants new Call of Duties, not everybody wants new Spider-Man games, not everybody wants new Last of Us games, or Ghost of Tsushima games. Everybody wants these characters, and they are all being abandoned, and that is so sad to see. I don't think there's ever going to be another new Ratchet & Clank game at this point. I really don't, because of all the Marvel stuff. I genuinely don't, until the 2030s. Honestly, probably until the PlayStation 7 era, because of how long games are being made to develop nowadays, which is so stupid in my opinion. They should not take years and years to develop anymore. It's, like, so dumb. Why can't we get back to where they were made in a year again? I really don't understand that. But final thoughts here. Toys for Bob, I genuinely highly respect at the moment, because I've lost respect for Insomniac, which used to be my favorite developer, like, of all time, but I've lost respect for them because they only care about Marvel. They don't care about Ratchet & Clank, which, in my opinion, should be the main focus. Same with Sucker Punch and Naughty Dog. I used to love those developers because Uncharted and Jack and Sly Cooper, and I've lost respect because they don't care about those games anymore, and that's so upsetting to see. But yes, Spyro A Realm Beyond and Toys for Bob are teaching us what developers in the gaming industry should be doing. They should be focusing on these franchises that people actually want, in my humble opinion. Like, I don't think anybody's to be clamoring for a new Ghost of Tsushima compared to a Sly, in my opinion. I really don't see anything online where people are claiming for that. People want a new Sly more. Same with Jack and Dexter or Uncharted or Ratchet. So, I really, again, one more time, I really commend Toys for Bob for this, and I genuinely hope Spyro 4 succeeds and does well, because I'm going to be getting it day one, probably on Switch 2 and PS5. One, to show support for the game, and two, because I just want to play it on both consoles. But, that's going to be final thoughts. That's all for now. Let me know what you think about what I said in the whole situation, and I will see you guys in the next video, and take care. Peace out. See ya.